What's up, everybody? Welcome to my channel. Today I have an old 2008 Acura TL and I'm gonna be replacing the transmission. This is a B6, a 3.5 if I'm not mistaken, and yes, it is a 3.5. So it has the automatic transmission and it's been giving me problems. I checked it out. It has a bunch of codes. I smelled the oil and it's not the greatest. Let me show you guys real quick. So it's black, it's not the greatest, and you could smell it. It's kind of, it doesn't smell that bad, but I mean, you already know that the transmission needs replacement. The car has over 220,000 miles, and every time I put it on drive, it kicks hard. Another problem that it has, whenever you drive for 20-30 minutes, after third gear, it'll just go like into neutral. So I'm not gonna deal with the solenoids, I'm not gonna deal with the pressure switch, none of that stuff. I'm just gonna go ahead and replace the transmission. I'm gonna start by removing the battery. I'm gonna disconnect it, remove the bracket, remove the battery, and I'm also gonna remove the air filter housing. Okay, now I'm gonna remove this bracket right here. So there's two bolts right here. There's another one right here on the bottom. So there's one right here, and here's the other one. You guys can see it right there. I got my bracket off, and look at all this access to the transmission. That's what I want. Okay, now I'm gonna remove the transmission mount. I still have the two motor mounts on the front and on the back, so that should hold the weight. The reason why is because I want to have more access to all the connectors, the shifter linkage, and whatever else I need to disconnect. I'm almost there, believe it or not. I'm almost done. And there it is, guys. It looks like this mount is gonna need replacement. So now I'm gonna disconnect all the solenoids, the shifter linkage, and whatever I'm able to disconnect. I'm also gonna remove the harness. There's a 10mm bolt right there, and I think I should be able to move this out of the way. And the bolts for the transmission, you're able to see them right there. So I'm gonna use long extensions, and I'm just gonna get all the bolts put on the top. I don't want to deal with the top once I put it up in the air, so I'm gonna do that right now, and it should be quick. All right, guys, so I removed the starter, and I also, you gotta remove the motor mount from the front because there's a bolt on the back and you can't get to it unless you remove this bracket. It's attached to the transmission anyway, so you have to remove it. I already removed the bolt that goes, I don't know if you guys are able to see it, but oh yeah, there it is. So this bolt right here that is attached to the engine, I already removed that one. And there's a connector right here on the back. I don't know if you guys are able to see that connector, but here it is. So it goes to like a pressure switch on the back. Make sure you guys disconnect that one. Okay, I left this bolt right here, this one. So there's a bolt that goes from the tranny to the motor. I'm gonna leave that one because I think that's the last one I'm gonna leave. I'm gonna get it up in the air. I'm gonna see how it looks underneath, because I think I'm gonna cheat on this one. I don't want to remove the cross member. I think you could get away replacing the transmission without removing the cross member. I think I did it once back in the day. I don't exactly remember, but I'm gonna see if it's doable. It involves a little bit of work, but it's better than removing the cross member and disconnecting the racking pinion. I don't want to remove the racking pinion because you'll make a mess with the oil. I'm gonna get it up in the air and we'll see. All right, guys, so I just went underneath, and you gotta remove the exhaust. There's another motor mount. You gotta remove both motor mounts for the engine, and the axle, it has a bracket, the one on the passenger, so you gotta remove the bracket to remove the axle. I mean, it's just a lot of work. I think it's better if I just remove the intake and the thermostat housing, and I should be able to pull out the transmission from the top. I think it's less work. So I do have to remove this motor mount because there's one bolt on the back, and on the back of the motor there is another bolt that it's gonna be a little bit tricky, but I mean, there is enough room to get to it, and the rest of the bolts you're able to see them. So I'm gonna remove the intake, I'm gonna remove the thermostat housing, I'm gonna remove the fans and the hoses. It looks like a lot more work, but believe me, it's better than removing the cross member. I am not removing that cross member. So I'm gonna go ahead and remove the rest of the bolts underneath, and I'm gonna start draining the coolant because I am not removing the cross member. Let me show you guys real quick. So there's one bolt right here, the other one, another one right here, and somewhere in the back there's the last one that's gonna go underneath. So it's not a big deal. The other thing too, so there is, let me see. All right guys, so the other thing, there is a bracket. There's a bracket for the axle, so I'm gonna remove that bracket, and I think I could get access to it if I remove the wheel, because otherwise I have to remove the whole exhaust, and I think I have to remove the rack and pinion as well, and I'm not gonna do that. So I'm gonna start with this side first. I'm gonna remove the wheel, the axle, then I'm gonna go to the other side and see how much room I have. All right guys, so I still gotta remove a lot of stuff from the bottom, but I'm gonna pull out the tranny from the top. I removed the intake. I'm just gonna put it on the side, and all you gotta do is remove this right here, the thermostat housing. So there's 4 bolts on this side, and I believe there's only 2 on this side. And there's a water tube right here, this big one. I think you could just pull it out. So I'm gonna do this because honestly I do not want to remove the cross member. I'm not gonna do it. So once I remove this, I should have enough room to remove it from the top. The other thing I gotta deal with is the front motor mount. It's not a big deal. There's a lot of access for that one. I could even remove the catalytic converter if I want to. I'm not gonna do it if I don't have to. If I do, I will. And on the back there's one bolt, but once I remove the drive line, I can get to that bolt no problem. So I'm gonna continue removing this. I'm just waiting for the coolant to drain, and I should be able to pull out that tranny from the top. I'm almost done removing everything from the top. I just gotta get rid of that motor mount, and I'm leaving this bolt for last. But check out all this space, guys. This thing is definitely coming out from the top. I'm gonna clean the antifreeze because I don't want to make a mess. I've been careful with the antifreeze so far. I just want to show you guys all of this space right here for the tranny. I'm not removing that cross member. All right guys, now I'm gonna remove the axle on this side, and there is another mount right here. So I'm gonna do this one for last. So here's the mount, and there's only 3 bolts. There's 1, 2, and 3 right here in the middle. This one's easy to remove. I'm gonna leave that one for last, but right now I want to drain the transmission fluid, and I want to remove the axles. All right guys, so I removed both of the axles. I just left them there. I did not remove them completely, so I don't know if you're able to see, but the half piece is sitting there. And on the other side, I already pulled this one out, and I already removed all the bolts for the mount. So I'm ready to pull out the tranny. This is the last bolt I have to remove, and I think I messed up because now it's on the way. So what I'm gonna do right now is I'm gonna put a jack stand on the engine so that it supports the engine, because there's only 2 mounts right now holding it. I don't want to damage anything, so I'd rather just put something underneath. And I'm gonna have to loosen the chain right now. Once I do that, I'm just gonna remove the last bolt. So check it out guys, you are able to pull it out from the top. Look at that thing coming. Just make sure nothing gets stuck, but there is a lot of room. There's plenty of room to pull it out from the top. And check it out for yourselves, all the room. I told you guys there was plenty of room. I told you guys you didn't have to remove the cross member. Look at the cross member. It's a mess, and I didn't want to get involved with that mess. Let's replace this tranny.